So my wife was nicely asking me to build her this sort of like floaty clock here, right? So she bought this wall clock, right? It's actually kind of interesting, right? It's supposed to be wall mounted. Here you get these like 4 mounts for CDs. You got this template that came with it. You put your 4 CDs and then you've got a little watch clock hand and it's going to tell time. Yeah, it's supposed to wall mount, but you can see we don't really have this space, but we have a nice little spot up there right over our little vinyl shelf. And so, yeah, I'm gonna build a kind of like a floaty clock. I don't think this has ever been done before, so this might suck or it might be kind of cool. It's not a perfect square, but I think since this is gonna be up there, I'm going to sort of cut the square to this paper and kind of shift it up a bit. Got my little redneck rig right here. I got a 2-inch foam insulation here I'm using to cut against 4x4 feet. Got my measurement out here. I got another piece of plywood, some drywall screws to keep it against it. Measured it. This way I'm gonna get a nice straight line to cut. Do a quick sand of the pieces as well. I got a base here. I cut it the same length. A little sanding tool I got. So take your time with that sanding step, guys. Do all the corners and edges on both sides. Do it right, don't rush it. This next step, you're gonna make some holes here on the bottom, as center as you can, not too far to the edge, but not too in the middle like this. It's decently spaced. Kind of played around with this, right? So I got some drywall screws, if you will, right? And pretty much I'm going to, I used a decent size for the base here. So all these threads will fit through, and then I made increasingly bigger holes so this back piece will fit flush. So this is nice and small, and then on this side I did, now you want to be careful on this side because you want to drill very slowly and then hit it reverse, so it just kind of shaves it and doesn't just go right through. So this was interesting. I drilled the first one, just locked into place, and kind of trial and error with this one. But yeah, you want to make it as straight as possible going down so it doesn't kind of bulge or anything like that. So you want to hand tighten screwing that in, and you can see they're nice and flat. There's the back part no one's going to see, and there is a somewhat finished product. So I went ahead and lined it up as best as I could. And I made it a little bit on the higher side. As you can see, there's a big gap there because it's gonna be up there and it's gonna get covered a bit. So just made it a little higher, and I used one of these screws. It doesn't look like much, but these are the 8, all same size, and this one is a bit longer for the actual timepiece there. So I used one of these to put pressure, and all 8 of these little holes, and then the big one there. And so you can see the indents. I'm just gonna go ahead and drill very thinly. Also, you can see I'm not putting pressure on here. I'm laying it flat on here so I can make that indent, and then I'm gonna put it up right like so and drill like this. Couple things. I used a very thin drill bit for all these holes. You don't want to use a lot of force because you can see that it's very brittle. And also, they're kind of in sequence. So that was the bottom lefts. So you had to go meet me at midnight. Also, you know, I hand tighten it. You don't need a very sharp, pointy. It's a little chunky, as you can see. And you'll see the screw on the other side. But like I said, this is going to be up there. So who's going to see that, right? So go ahead and do not over tighten. Do the rest. So there's a finished product up there almost. Like I said, I kind of torqued that a little too strong. I wasn't paying attention. But it fits good. So the last step, you want to take those stickers here and then put them on the corners to cover the barcode. And I was actually putting these on the outside when I realized these things probably come out, and it actually looks a little cleaner that way because right now it just kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna gently pry this out with your fingernail so you know you're not gonna snap it away. And on here, you're gonna take your finger and pull this back a bit, and then it should just kind of pop out gently. on both sides. And then it'll come off like so. Like that. And then you're gonna reapply the sticker, take it off that, and put it over the barcode and the little Republic records too, just to match over the background image. And there you have it. It's the finished product. You can kind of see where the time is there and the hour and minute hand. That's it. Looks good, right?